Hi everyone, this is my personal question presentation for Honors 120. So to start out, this is my roommate Claire. This is how I got my question. She, during the first week of school, asked me to stop listening to my classical music on my speaker while we were doing homework. This caused me to kind of question because I've always been doing that. And so I put in headphones and have done it that way, but I always have wondered if listening to classical music really does affect your test scores. So my question that I decided to research was, does playing classical music composed by Mozart while children ages 8 sleep increase dopamine levels? And if so, does the increase in dopamine levels affect their academic performance? So that would be improved test, quiz, and assignment scores in the United States. So the three disciplines that I have brought together are education, music, and biology. These three are very dear to my heart. I'm majored in biology right now, and I'm minoring in music, and I want to go into education and teach science. So this question kind of just perfectly encompassed everything I wanted to have. So the thinking patterns I used to address my question was first compartmentalization. So to answer my question, I have to separate the different steps of my experiment. So that would be, the different steps would be collaboration, listing the different parts, so like finding participants, collecting data, and so those data sets are going to be measuring the dopamine levels of kids, how often they listen to Mozart while they sleep, and then collecting their test, quiz, and assignment scores. And then, after all that, we need to analyze the data. So having those different steps compartmentalizes the experiment and makes it easier to accomplish. Synthesis is the next thinking pattern that I used. So this is when you take a lot of data from research and look for trends. So Dr. Nixon synthesized at which point in a teacher's career they understand what they're teaching. And so I am going to have to synthesize how the research I do affects like test scores and things like that. And I'll have to wait and do the research to be able to actually synthesize my answer. The last thinking pattern I used was correlation, and that's connecting pieces that wouldn't have fit together before. So like in Dr. Davis's research, she correlated that where someone lives increases their likelihood of having MS if they live in the more north of the equator, or more south away from it. In my research, I'm going to be researching the increase in dopamine levels and academic performance and seeing if those correlate and how those correlate, and that's really exciting. The plan. So first I have to do research. I need to read articles on how classical music affects the brain, how to measure dopamine levels, because I sure don't know how to do that. And then I need to talk to experts in biology, music, and education to get their insights on how to better approach my question and to answer different things and to get their input on how to move on and like do the best that I can in getting this research done. The second thing I need to do is collect and analyze data. So this would be increase in dopamine levels, the amount they listen to Mozart at night, the academic performance. I'll need to have different test groups, some that listen to Mozart, some that don't, and then determine whether that makes a difference. Does listening to classical music at night while they sleep affect their test scores? The next thing I need to do is take action, implement different things. If we come up with that it does significantly help, then I want the world to know that and help children to better educate themselves and to do the best that they can. There are going to be a lot of roadblocks as I go through this, getting participants, doing so many other things, and just keeping motivated is going to be hard. But I like this quote by Winston Churchill. It says, "Never, never, never give up." And I think that's really important. When you want to get something done and complete something, you want to never give up. So this question is first in my own life, and so when winds start to blow, I need to grip the sails and look for solutions within the waves. Thank you.